Hello and welcome to the Sports Joint review of the third Test match between India and Australia, which took place at the Sydney Cricket Ground and a memorable day for all Indian fans here. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one smiling. I don't know what Kushagra is trying to say, but let's figure that out as Kushagra
You're
joins
on mute.
us. Yeah.
That's a W, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good
That's what
W.
that's what the Aussies were hoping for today, weren't they?
Yeah.
Aussies were hoping for that, and we pretty much almost got a W, and we gave them
And
an
that
L.
got shoved up there something. Yeah.
Yes, that did. So, as you guys might have already seen, Kushagra and Anurag have introduced themselves in a way. I would like to welcome Kunal Mahajan for the very first time, and also then Rohan Gulati from V Express Sports, and Atul Kumar Maurya, who I think now we are going to call one of our own rather than one from V Express Sports because his predictions for us have been absolutely massive. And Atul, I'm sorry, Rohan, that I'm going to snatch him from the Express Sports anytime soon. Welcome again, Atul, I would say.
Yeah. Prathamesh is giving away a share to you. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hope so that Atul can join in that sense. But yeah, it was a really good test match. I feel this is going to be a shorter analytical review because I think all the emotions that we went through with the review of the test match were pretty much captured in our live video. If you guys haven't checked it out already, do check it on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel as well. In case you're finding difficulty to find that video, it is under the live section, so that would be easier for you guys to find out. And I would like to take this opportunity from the behalf of the Sports Joy and We Express Sports to congratulate Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma on the birth of their child. And I know we have missed a few guys who have also given birth to their child, so blessings to them as well at the same point. And talking about blessings, I think Atul gave a huge one for all of us when he predicted a draw at the start of the test match. So it will be only fair to talk to Atul first, right? Atul, first of all, getting your predictions right, it's a good start for an analytical review. So could you tell your emotions and the analytics behind what went through your brain before you predict this one?
As everyone talked about, Sydney was going to a batting pitch, right? And I expected Australia to come hard at us, and they did. So at that point, it became as simple as that Australia will be fighting hard for the win. And as we know, India, how gritty India can be, and India do have a fine record at the Sydney Cricket Ground. So a combined like mixture of all that and the brilliance that the guy showed on this day. So I think even last day I became a bit skeptical about it. Ki maybe this won't be a draw. Maybe we might lose it. But then Hanuma Vihari and R. Ashwin were the ones that made sure ki na, we're going to draw the test match.
Atul, if I could just interrupt you for a second. Hanuma Vihari has been ruled out of the fourth test against Australia and is unlikely to be available for the England series.
So my agenda for Hanuma Vihari ends here right now. But to be honest, I'm glad that I did have the agenda behind
Yeah.
him from the starting
Yeah.
of the series, because he did prove his worth throughout this test inning. And Rohan as well. The last time we talked in the preview, Rohan and I were the ones who really wanted Hanuma. See, everyone of us wanted him to perform, but
Yes.
there's some kind of backing, and I'm really happy that the team management showed the backing. Uske piche, and Virat Kohli was the one who mentioned that we are really looking forward of watching Hanuma here.
Yeah.
And all in all, a brilliant performance by the middle order today. And I hope whoever plays the next test match as well, they perform in the same manner.
I don't think we'll have a choice in whoever plays in the next test.
जो
Also,
भी है जो खेलेगा. Yeah.
Atul and Anurag,
Yeah.
and Prathamesh as well. On behalf of Sports Joint, क्या हम लोग भिजवा सकते हैं ये कैल्शियम सैंडोज की टैबलेट्स, लिव for B, लिव विटामिन B कॉम्प्लेक्स की टैबलेट्स.
यार
यार, we can't afford a new headphones for Atul.
हाँ, यार मतलब थोड़ा कुछ भिजवाओ इनको, मतलब इतने कमजोर लोग यार.
Guys, just a gentle reminder.
Injured हो रहा है, क्या हो कैसे रहा है?
Just a gentle
KL
reminder
Rahul
not
एक
to send
ball
Revital.
injured हो गया.
not to send Revital, yeah.
Not to send Revital, guys.
Yeah.
Revital तो बकवास है.
Yeah.
कुछ revive नहीं होगा.
So yeah, guys, we promised the people this is going to be an analytical review, right? So let's not get into Revital right now. We can GOG barke all later. Coming to our debutant today, Kunal. Hi man, I hope you're doing fine first of all. And obviously, the test match didn't start very good for us, right? On first day, obviously, rain interrupted play. And then we saw the Australians with Manas Labuschagne and Steve Smith post on a pretty good partnership at the end of day one, where they were around 165 for two. And then at one point, they were 200 for two. So, how do you think after that, the effort that went behind the 338 all out for Australia, how do you make of that bowling performance?
Yeah, it was actually a very good bowling performance, especially led by Bumrah, I would say, and Ashwin controlling one end. You can always look up to Jadeja as, let's say, a 12th. He can add, he can field, he can bat, he can do anything right now. He is, I think, the perfect foil to any format right now.
Yes.
So that was a combined team effort, I must say, from Australia from 200 something to 330 all out. That's amazing, because we could have easily seen Australia scoring more than 450 if Smith or Labuschagne had gone, and that would have literally meant, uh, regarding our first innings batting performance, that would have really meant that we would have had a big trail of like 100 or 200 more runs, and yeah, it wouldn't have looked nice with all the injuries that happened during the test match.
Yeah, and especially that run out right at the end with Jadeja made of
Yeah,
Steve Smith, that was an absolute blinder in the sense.
yeah.
And रोहन भाई, you must be pretty happy यार, क्योंकि बहुत दिनों बाद जब अपनी ओपनिंग बैट्समैन आए तो ऐसे दो ओपनिंग बैट्समैन दिखे कि दोनों में प्रॉमिस है, ऐसे नहीं कि बस मतलब स्टार की पहले ओवर की ही वेट है विकेट जानी है, स्टार की हो या कमिंस हो। कमिंस को तो आप थोड़ा ज्यादा बेटर जानते हो स्पेशली, लेकिन
Gill ko bhi. If you're
गिल को
mentioning
भी
that, you
Yeah,
do need to
exactly.
say Gill.
Yeah.
yes, Shubman Gill as well. So how do you feel our openers batted, especially that was the first time I think after 2010 that our openers played some 22 odd overs at the opening in Sena countries, which is an incredible stat. So वहां से कैसे लगा आपको Indian batting starting from that?
I think the way the opener started, like मैं Cummins को जानता हूँ या मैं Gill को जानता हूँ, doesn't matter. Gill Cummins को जानता है. I think that's the thing that worked in our favor.
Yeah,
Because
precisely.
Gill looked pretty comfortable against Cummins, against all the bowlers.
Yeah.
And the way, like जो उसने पहले भी statement दिया है कि I play with an intent and I want to play with some intent. And at the other end Rohit Sharma है अगर आपके पास तो वो intent रहेगा. And Rohit Sharma was not shying away from playing his shots. Like कभी कभार डर भी लग रहा था कि भाई रुक जा, but like that's the way both of them play and वो combination is working pretty well for us. And भली flat pitch हो जो भी कहो, but after both of them got out, you could just see कि वो pitch इतना भी आसान नहीं है बैटिंग करने को, especially with Australian bowlers bowling like with the same line and length and attacking with the short ball कभी ना कभी. So good start by the Indian batsmen, openers, 70 odd run of partnership.
Yeah.
So I think they played comfortably well. ज़्यादा उन लोगों को like they were not struggling against Australian bowlers कि बहुत ज़्यादा plays and misses नहीं हो रहे थे. I think they were choosing the right balls to hit and playing down the line, playing in a V, and then short ball पे बिल्कुल struggle नहीं किया. So it looks like a proper opening combination. I hope continue that for a time.
सही बात है.
Just adding to what Rohan said, as Kushagra has been mentioning, I guess from the first test, that maybe the Australian bowlers aren't that good. We are making them look that good.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood both are world-class bowlers, but the kind of way we have given away our wickets, maybe that speaks volumes about their bowling performances as well. It wasn't like they have been bowling peaches all day long.
Yeah.
We just thrown our wickets away. So I think that was combined, and this time around, the openers played pretty well from the start.
Yeah.
I would just like to add to that a bit of thing that in the last few years, Indian batsmen have really struggled. If that is a correct word, against off spinners.
Yeah.
Like we have Moeen
Yeah.
Ali taking wickets in England and Nathan Lyon. So the way that Rohit Sharma actually tackled Nathan Lyon by hitting him out of the ground was unsettling, and I mean that was a good way to show that we can still play spin very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Rohit pretty much like showed the intent that he came up with here in Sydney. Obviously, people like Labuschagne were more interested in the fact that they wanted to
Mhm.
know how we quarantined. But apart from that, I think the Indian openers combined played 4 hours in the first inning, which is pretty good considering how our openers have been in the last few test matches. Kushagra, should I even talk about the 3 runouts, or should I just leave that aside and let's move on to the third innings? Because I felt those 3 runouts were like
Horrible.
मैंने like हमने आपको जडेजा ने magic दिया है to get Steve Smith out, so we return that with like 3 players who could have scored the same runs as Steve Smith. So was that like a given? Like, was it a give and go, or what was happening there? Because those 3 runouts are absolutely abysmal in a sense. Ashwin, especially, I felt, if he had done his back before, I would have at least been able to digest that. But then that was not at all acceptable, which I think even Ashwin accepted later in the post-match show. So was that one of the major turning points in the innings? Where I think Hanuma Vihari's run out just made a lot of issues after that.
One point that we discussed that day also, यार कि भाई टेस्ट मैच खेल रहे हो तो T20 की अर्जेंसी क्यों दिखा रहे हो? मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, मतलब उसमें ना कि मतलब ऐसा तो है नहीं कि कोई भागा जा रहा है कि कल से सिडनी में घुसने नहीं देंगे, एससीजी में बैटिंग नहीं कर सकते, मम्मी बुला रही है दूध पीने के लिए, ऐसा था नहीं. The other thing is, we can analyze those runouts, we can overanalyze those runouts, we can talk about how a lot of running between the wickets in the first innings especially was irresponsible. But, I mean, it is very difficult now to sit here post day 5 to actually start raising fingers on that particular point. But that is something India needs to iron out, because
Kushagra, just one thing. If you might remember in the second inning, with Rohit and Pujara were playing together, and Rohit played a shot towards point,
Yeah.
and in the middle of the pitch, he's mentioning, Puji, there's a run there. So
Yeah,
I think because they haven't played together for a long time now, that is one of the problems they might be facing at this point of time.
thankfully,
frankly,
mentioned it this
Atul,
time
and
more
Prathamesh-
soberly, right?
Sorry, what?
Thankfully, Rohit Sharma mentioned it in a more sober way this time.
Yeah, I mean, that is there, but if you guys noticed, Pujara was running well with Pant.
Yeah.
Pujara and Pant were running aggressively. They were taking 2s and 3s, and they were converting whatever little quick singles they could. Whatever they could afford to, they were converting.
We had one hand on the game.
Yeah.
That time.
So I am telling you till right now as well. If those 2 middle order batsmen weren't injured, India would have won this game. India needed 130 runs in like 40 something overs, dude.
3 and over.
Yeah.
And Ashwin gave 40 runs उसमें से.
Yeah.
Ashwin ने 40 बना दिए थे.
यार तुम देखो, हमने रन नहीं बनाने की कोशिश की, फिर भी हम लोग 70 रन शॉर्ट पड़े हैं सिर्फ.
Exactly. Yeah.
तो सोच लो, मतलब वो बन जाते, ऐसा नहीं था. Okay, coming back to the runouts and their impact. Of course, they had a massive impact. The team needs to take a note from here. Every time you can't concede a 95-100 run lead and still manage to save that test match, because this is a rarity in modern cricket. Let's all take a look at the number of test matches that have gone to the 5th day in the last 5 years, and you'll find कि आप एक हाथ पे गिन सकते हो test matches जो 5-6 दिन गए. Very rarely do test matches go for so long, and very rarely in the last 5 overs, if not the India winning, but India losing, match being a draw, both the results were open up until the last 2 overs, I felt. Because मुझे 2008 Sydney याद है, जब हमारे 6 मिनट
Michael Clark, I was going to mention Michael Clark.
6 मिनट बचे थे और 3 विकेट थे हमारे हाथ में. माइकल क्लार्क ने आके ऐसा हाथ घुमाया कि बकलर की चीटिंग पूरे उसको ऐसा यहीं पे घुस गए हमारे टेलेंडर्स. ताकि नहीं चीटिंग होती तो हम जीत नहीं सकते, पूरे अच्छे से चीटिंग करवाएंगे हम, क्योंकि वो हुई है हम चीटिंग तो हम हार में मानेंगे. तो वो हुआ, विकेट पकड़ा के आ गए थे क्लार्क को, एंड it was very disheartening. Last over of the day, India got all out.
Yeah.
It was just irritating beyond belief, that particular match. So when you talk about all of that, I feel what a commendable job by the Indian cricket team. After all the nonsense, and I know we're not going to discuss all of that because we have discussed that over and over again, but it surely is a factor, right?
Yeah.
It is a factor in the game, and also यार ये भी तो सोचो कि आप consistently players lose कर रहे हो. हर रोज सुबह राणे उठता होगा, उसको लगता होगा मालूम नहीं कहाँ हवन कराऊं मैं, कहाँ नींबू मिर्च लटका दूं मैं, क्या करूं, किसकी शक्ल देख ली है मैंने, क्या हो गया है भाई. उसके सोल्जर्स तो लिटरली लाइक कॉमरेड्स इन वॉर टाइप गिर रहे हैं यार. मतलब आज हमने मैच शुरू किया है तो अगले दिन ऋषभ पंत को चोट लग गई, उसी के साथों साथ जडेजा को चोट लग गई, फिर अश्विन के बैक में इशू हुआ, तो मालूम नहीं ब्रिस्बेन में कितना फिट होगा, जसप्रीत बुमराह का पैर मुड़ गया, और भाई बाकी सब लोग, केएल राहुल तो टेस्ट मैच से पहले ही उड़ गया था। तो मतलब that is the problem, that what Kunal mentioned, right? 13 fit players is all you can count upon right now. And I feel that is going to be a bigger worry for the Indian team management than anything else that may have come from Sydney. Just a word on Rishabh Pant, just a request to all our viewers, to all the patrons, stop it. Give the man some time, give the man space. He's a precocious talent. एंड मैं बहुत बड़ी बात करूंगा अब, ठीक है, अगर वो नहीं है कीपर तो स्टॉप फोर्सिंग हिम टू बी अ कीपर। सिर्फ बैट्समैन खिला रहे हो, आपके पास बैट्समैन तक नहीं है इंडिया में। वो है हार्दिक पांड्या है जो कि मन मर्जी बॉल उड़ा सकता है स्टेडियम के बाहर, एंड रोहित आई थिंक क्लासिकल बैट्समैन भी है थोड़ा, तो मतलब मैं उसको इन दोनों को एक्सप्लोसिव मानूंगा, रोहित को मैं कंप्लीट बैट्समैन मानूंगा, तो दैट्स द ओनली थिंग। रोहित से अभी भी ड्यू है। अब प्रथमेश यू कैन कैरी ऑन आफ्टर दिस, मेरा सपना याद है ना, गाबा में 200 ड्यू है अभी भी, और गाबा जा रहे हैं पर
yes
that pitch plays in his favor, right? That pitch is typically Rohit-esque,
बाउंस करती है, और ये शॉट जो कैच हुआ है वो चौथे टियर में घुसेगा।
exactly yeah, and man, let's get it right. I'm probably not going to overstate this, but I can gladly accept that I'm the biggest Rohit fan here because of whatever allegiances that I have. So, that would be the happiest moment for me if Rohit scores a double hundred at Gabba. And before we move on to the extremely positive day that we had today, I want to talk about Cam Green with Anurag, because I felt Cam Green scored a brilliant 84. Cam Green is not just all about his defensive batting, which we thought that he might be initially.
Prathmesh, if you could also add an honorable mention for Will Pukowski as well.
Yes. I think it's far better.
Pukowski,
in the first innings,
in the first innings, yes,
definitely.
I think, he did get chances, right? But then he made the most out of it. He was it looked almost settled to get 100, but it wasn't to be for him, and he's dislocated his shoulder rather. So we can only hope that he gets fit soon, because I don't think he's one of the bad Aussies that we can see right now.
He's that one unlucky player that gets fit and that gets injured again. Like this has happened, I guess, for the third or fourth time to him, and I feel really sad for him at this point.
Remember Pat Cummins?
During the start of his career, yes.
Yes. So Anurag, we saw a different side of Cam Green's batting in the second innings. Obviously, he had the license to go for it, and boy did he go for it, because he was smashing balls left, right, center. It's not just about his batting. Probably his bowling hasn't yet come of age. He's understanding the line and lengths to bowl in international games, which is the consistency that he needs to bowl with. But I think one thing that personally has impressed me is his fielding at gully. I think he makes sure that no ball goes through almost like a 7 feet left, 7 feet right, 7 feet top of him. So I think he covers a huge area there in gully. He stops a lot of runs, probably 20 odd runs in a match combined. I feel that he is able to stop, which is a huge difference in test match cricket. So what do you make of Cam Green in that particular innings, but not just about that, his test match overall? Do you think he will be a major threat for us in Brisbane?
See, as you mentioned, in the second innings, when he got the license, that's when you saw a different side of Cameron Green. So another facet that I'd want to add here is Cameron Green is not one of those. It's also important to remember it's his first series, and when it's the first time he's exposed to international cricket, there'll be a lot of jitters inside him. I think that's what were showing in the first two tests. He was in a lot of. On a lot of occasions, he was confused between getting runs and sort of just trying to stay there. And especially with debutants, what they think is staying in means just blocking in. And there were a lot of times Green was just trying to block and block and block, not do a lot of things. And that's when he put himself under pressure, and eventually, that's one of the reasons why we weren't very compelled by his performances in the first two tests. But this time, obviously the 100-run lead plus Tim Payne giving the license, ja bhai maar ke aaja. I think the way he took on Siraj was commendable, especially because Siraj was really, really bowling well. Uh, in the last two test matches, I think Siraj has been very, very mighty impressive, especially considering the fact that he was filling in the boots of Mohammad Shami, which is very, very difficult in this current day and age, considering what Mohammad Shami has been doing over the years. But he's ensured it doesn't that difference. Uh, you can imagine now if had Shami had a bowler like Shami been there,
Yeah.
would these people have survived? I really I doubt that. And again, coming back to Green, will he be a threat? I think it's just that that innings was one of those door opening innings.
Yeah.
Now he's sort of in a very confident phase. Okay, it's like that. That it happens with a lot of people who play professional cricket. Sometimes when they're playing after a long time, or they're playing at a level for the first time, they go in there, they're incredibly confident, but they're not able to get bat on ball. They're doing a lot of things, they're just not able to get. But once you middle one ball, you are in a different mental phase altogether. And
Yeah.
that's in the next game. I think we might see the Cameron Green that a lot of people were anticipating him to be,
Yeah.
which he wasn't in the first two tests. And I don't think the second innings, it was really his real self, because he's a very balanced cricketer as far as batting is concerned. He's not one of those. Not of what we saw. That's not Cameron Green. Of what I saw, he's more balanced with his approach. I think if he can sort his confidence out, I think yeah, he definitely could be a threat. There is no denying that. And Will Pukowski, uh, I know Atul and Kushagra spoke a lot about him moving across the sticks on our first day review.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, he looks mighty impressive. And another thing is that I only saw him score 30 runs because I was asleep. Australian innings were, there were times when I had to choose when to sleep, and I
Yeah.
decided to sleep. Okay, I'd rather miss Australian innings than our innings. But I saw him only play for the 30 odd deliveries that he did. I didn't really see how Navdeep Saini set that wicket up, but a
Yeah.
lot of people said that was very smart what he did. Again, I think there is weakness to exploit. Steve Smith is in a different zone as far as that moving across the stumps is
Yeah.
concerned.
I
He,
think he
he
looks
will
more
he'll
in
get bat
control.
on ball. He'll
Yeah.
not just get bat on ball. He'll middle it, irrelevant of where he is. Even if he's on the third pitch on the other side, he'll just throw his bat on like this, and it'll middle. Is
Yeah.
in that kind of a zone right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Pukowski not that much. So maybe the leg stump tactic might as well work with him, which it did
Yeah.
in the Navdeep Saini case. So yeah, it should again, as Kushagra said, we have to put pressure on these guys. It's okay, enough of being the nice boys. We've
Yeah.
had that for a long time. There's no point being nice to people
Anurag,
like these. I don't want to use any
Anurag,
other word.
as you
Yeah,
mentioned, I really wish Shami wasn't the first one to get injured.
yeah.
I think he was the one who was to take the revenge for all the injuries here.
Precisely. I think this is what we talked about in the ODI series preview. I can't remember. He's the best exponent of of short bowling in this team.
Yeah.
Bumrah, he's the more he puts pressure, he takes wickets, but Shami is the more scarier bowler in a sense. So yeah, I think that's a big miss for us.
Yeah.
बंदा वेस्टर्न यूपी से आता है. बंदे की बहुत ही अच्छी एनेक्डोट बताई थी जॉय भट्टाचार्य ने. When Joy Bhattacharya, so he never played for UP. He shifted to Bengal and played for West Bengal.
Yeah.
He's played Ranji Trophy West Bengal, and Joy Bhattacharya once mentioned that while Shami initially when he was a KKR, Joy asked him कि आप जाते हो स्टेडियम पे जाते हो 20,000 30,000 40,000 50,000 आदमी देख रहा है और आपको जब लास्ट ओवर डालना होता है तो कैसा प्रेशर रहता है. तो his answer was, जॉयदा एटलीस्ट बाहर 10 आदमी बंदूक लेके तो नहीं खड़ा होता. वहां बंदूक लेके खड़े होते तो उड़ा देंगे.
Oh wow.
डाली तो
Damn.
कहता है कोई नहीं जिंदगी तो हाथ में है ना. वो बंदा ऐसे बैकग्राउंड से आया है.
Yeah.
So it is a massive loss for us for losing.
Exactly. And before we move on to the fourth innings, I saw a massive smile on Kunal's face when we talked about Siraj, because I genuinely feel he impressed a lot of people over here, not just over here, probably all around the cricketing world, because
Yeah.
I think the consistency with which Siraj bowled was really impressive. I know Atul wants to take some credit for this thing as well, maybe, or maybe.
No, I don't want to take credit. I just want me and Kushagra to just bow down to the legend Siraj.
Oh damn! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's all do that then. Having done that, Kunal seemed pretty happy. Is there anything special that you want to talk about? Because Kunal, I felt after getting the kind of abuse that he did, to come out and bowl like that was exceptional. To probably tolerate that abuse for 2 days and then go to the captain and tell, okay, this is an issue that I'm genuinely facing here, and then to show that attitude on the pitch for whenever he bowled was brilliant. So, is there something that you felt that was different in Siraj in this test match?
I think the guy has really come along from being a bowler who was just bashed around in RCB team,
Yeah.
who was the guy who would get punished by any batsman, to playing his first test match last match, filling in the big shoes, and really taking the attack to the opposition. And this test also, I think he was the second fast bowler chasing the new ball. That's a big
Yeah.
thing for a guy who's just coming into his second test match. Plus, you have to add to the fact that the guy was pretty emotional. You could see on the starting of, because he lost his father and it was his dream to see him play that test match, and then to go
Yeah.
through all the racial abuse and everything, and still manage to be in the game mentally present and give it all for the country. Commendable. That's
Yeah,
not.
and
Also, on a lighter note, I think Atul and I will take the credit for Siraj's comeback because it was during IPL.
KKR, I was about to mention, I was ready to pounce on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
and
in that game where Siraj actually
Bowled two
everybody
maidens.
actually- Yeah, and everybody actually realized that Siraj has been the man in Ranji Trophy. He has been performing consistently.
man,
and
this
in
is so
IPL,
bad, yeah. Because I never going to talk about Mumbai because these guys don't like me to talk about Mumbai.
Listen,
Bro, I'm
listen.
here with you on
Just,
Mumbai.
This is against KKR, Prathamesh. We
Just-
are taking the
just adding to what Kunal said here, if you think of it, there are some kind of bowlers that bowl certain lengths that suit the
Yeah.
test match scenarios. We have Ishant Sharma for that matter. We have Umesh Yadav for that matter, and Mohammad Siraj is one who
Falls in
fits
that
in
category.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Mohammad Siraj using the same length in an ODI match will again get battered because at that time batsman is not supposed to like save his wicket. They just go after him. But here the lines he was bowling, and I think I talked to Kushagra about it on the first day as well. The length that he bowled for the bouncers. There's a thing like bowling the bouncer which goes above your head or maybe to the like leg side, but just angling it at the very moment where it becomes a body line kind of a bouncer. It was Siraj was doing, and he did it brilliantly throughout the match. So kudos to him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would just like to reinstate that I'm pretty sure everyone who's watching this video also agree with me that racism has absolutely no place in the world right now, and we should make sure that that is eradicated from our society as soon as possible. And talking about eradication and what happened with Nathan Lyon today when he bowled to Rishabh Pant, because it was an absolute masterstroke by Rishabh Pant. I'm pretty sure.
Prathamesh,
Third
everyone just shouting that okay, Nathan Lyon is the goat at the SCG.
Yeah,
Can that commentator just shut up?
yeah.
It wasn't the goat material that got him the wicket. It was Rishabh Pant.
He got slaughtered like a goat on our Dasharas. Yeah, like nonsense.
Oh man,
यार अपने
nonsense.
मुंह में मिट्ठू बनता है ना, मतलब हद हो जाती है, मतलब यार व्हाट इज द पॉइंट अगर आपको अपनी कंट्री वाले गोट बुलाने लग जाए तो आपके सामने अश्विन आपसे बेहतर ऑफ स्पिनर है.
I really wish they bring back.
I want to quote
Yeah.
Game of Thrones dialogue. Tywin Lannister in the 4th season says, "One who has to say I am the
Yeah.
king is no
is
true
not
king."
the king.
Is not the
Yes,
true king, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
truly. And रोहन, मुझे तो लगता है कि नेथन लायन को अगर कॉन्फिडेंटली बॉलिंग करनी है ऋषभ पंत के सामने, तो उनके बाल शायद आपके जितने हो जाए, लेकिन उनको कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आएगा ऋषभ पंत के सामने बॉलिंग डालने के लिए, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब से ऋषभ पंत ने उनको एब्सोल्युटली डिसमेंटल किया है, भले वो ऑफ साइड हो, आप कवर पे फील्डर रखो, मैं फिर कवर के ऊपर से मारूंगा, आप लॉन्ग ऑन पे रखो, मैं लॉन्ग ऑन के ऊपर से मारूंगा, आप लॉन्ग ऑन रखो, मैं दोनों के बीच में से मारूंगा, लेकिन मैं आपको मारूंगा. That is exactly what happened. That is exactly what Rishabh Pant did to Nathan Lyon. To be honest, I feel Nathan Lyon is a very good off spinner, but then to call him the GOAT, he just, I think Rishabh Pant ने तो decide किया कि भाई आज तो मेरी ईद है, आज तो मैं बिरयानी खाने वाला हूँ और उसने बिरयानी खाई.
Bro, it's the thing with Australia, isn't it? They produce one player and they start calling him the GOAT. Because earlier they had one, they called him the GOAT. Now they don't have any other significant spinner. Nathan Lyon is, okay, he's the GOAT again. That's what they do because
Yes.
they can't produce that many spinners at this point of time. So,
Yeah.
Karibo ka goat 200 per kilo. Nonsense.
Oh man. Okay.
But again,
So
what
yeah.
the Australian media and what the Australian people say, I have nothing to do with that. Nathan Lyon, I consider him as one of the best spinners, like in our generation, of our generation, because off spinners are not some, like, they are not known right now. Like Ashwin and Lyon are like
The
two of
only
the
ones.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can't take anything away from Lyon. Had he got a better wicket keeper behind the stumps, maybe maybe he would have got
Tim
Pant
Payne,
twice.
भाई स्टंप के
Tim
पीछे तो ट्रांजिस्टर था, कीपर तो था ही.
Tim Payne isn't even the best keeper in the playing 11. Let it be Australia itself. He isn't. So the
Yeah.
standards that have been set for the wicket keeping here are just.
Yeah, on that note, Ashwin's dream might not come true. He might never come to India.
Yeah, that would be a huge problem, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
moving on to Rishabh Pant, right?
Yeah.
So
I
how
think that's what
how was it
Pant is
early
all
in the
about.
morning? Early in the morning to get that dosage of positiveness was absolutely fantastic for all of us here because I'm pretty sure when most of us woke up, we didn't expect anything. When Rahane got out, we absolutely didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
And then from there, what Rishabh Pant did after around 30 balls, 5 runs, to what he made out of it was absolutely top class. So
Absolutely.
how did you look at that innings? I mean, the only way that I can think about that innings was I can only see Nathan Lyon's face, and he can just scratch his hairless head, and he can just think about what do I do? What do I do that someone tells me nice one, Gary, because Gary nothing is working. So what do you do right now? What do you make of that innings first of all of Rishabh Pant, and how do you think that affected the innings?
See, dominating an off spinner on a day 5 pitch at SCG, that's something else altogether. And
Yeah.
you have all the footmarks, you have all the assistance that you can get on a day 5 pitch. That's
And even if there are no footmarks, Australians will ensure they somehow get the footmarks.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they tried their best to get foot marks, but I think all they can get is possibly a little bit of action from the MCC or the ICC. I hope they do something about that because I felt no matter if he was doing some kind of shadow practice, it doesn't matter. You're not a left-hand batsman or a right-hand batsman. Just bat with whatever you're batting and do whatever you want in your hotel room. The cricket pitch is not your home, so
Yeah, precisely.
leave that to whatever cricket federation is responsible for it. Rohan bhai?
Okay, Rohan, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So firstly, I didn't watch Rishabh Pant's innings live because I
Oh man, I shouldn't
So-
have come to you.
yeah,
Right.
no, I have watched it again and again after that.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, I was pretty scared. Like right now, we are saying Pant dominated Lion, but
Yeah.
before today, like I was pretty scared. I always knew like one shot, 1 6 maybe max, 2 6s maybe max, and then Pant will be gone
Yeah.
because that's how highly rated Nathan Lyon is in Australia by Australians, and somehow we tend to believe okay. Yeah, but again, like watching Pant's innings and analyzing it, you know that like he just maybe realized that this is the only way I can dominate Nathan Lyon. If I
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
on defending, I'll just nick it, and like they always had a slip there. Okay, so that's the only way he could dominate him, and he just went it in his own way. That's how he likes to play, and that's what the management told him to. So,
Yeah.
like what I am hearing is that Hanuma Vihari had a problem with his hamstring before he came onto bat as well. Like
Oh,
that
okay.
just aggravated while batting. So
Okay.
it was not that India counter-attacked with Rishabh Pant sending him up the order. It was the only option left with the Indian team. And maybe
Okay.
with Jadeja and Vihari injured, they knew. So Pant had to dominate. And
Yeah.
Pant is not a player who will play 500 balls. He's a
Yeah.
player who can change the direction of the game. And if he had played for half an hour more, maybe the
Yeah.
match would have gone upside down for Australia. So he played the way he knows how to play, and he dominated
Exactly.
everybody. So
Yeah, and Delhi ka Londes want to talk about this one. I'm pretty sure.
No. See,
Kushagra seems pretty sleepy. That is because he was one of the first guys along with Atul to wake up in the morning and watch the game. And I'm pretty sure had it not been for Atul, Kushagra would have slept again.
You know,
So
My apologies there to our viewers. It's getting tough for me to stay up now because it's been
know,
the third day in a row that we've not slept.
yeah,
I'm
but
just
wasn't
glad.
it worth
Match
it?
has been such.
Wasn't it worth it, Kushagra? Because
It was. I'll sleep like a log right now, but it was.
I'm
yeah,
just glad that I made Kushagra sit for the extra 10 minutes to watch Rishabh Pant, and that was the most
yeah.
brilliant thing that
Sorry,
happened
Rakesh.
throughout
I, I, the only reason that I woke up in the morning was the notification on my phone went off that Ajinkya Rahane is out, and I had an Indian wicket and fallen rather. So that was the one reason I woke up and saw Rishabh, and then everything was gold after that. Talking about players who are made from gold, I felt it was only fitting that on Rahul Dravid's birthday, who I feel looks the gold standard of Indian cricket, it was really fitting to see players like Cheteshwar Pujara, who was deemed to be, the next wall of India, produce a performance that was probably not worth the level of wall of India, but it was a fitting enough tribute in terms of the application what Pujara showed on the pitch. Not
Also adding to that, Prathamesh,
yeah,
today Pujara completed 6,000 runs in Test cricket. Right
yes,
now is the 10th highest run scorer in Indian Test cricket history. He's going to go way higher in that. I am very
yes,
sure of that.
yes, and that is really commendable because I think Pujara didn't get a lot of opportunities. I think it was only after Dravid retired that Pujara got opportunities. So from there to actually take it up a notch and be in that list, in the top 10 list of Indian run scorers, is a massive credit to Cheteshwar Pujara and a huge congratulations to him. So Atul, you saw a number three, not Rahul Dravid, but Cheteshwar Pujara, become a little bit of a wall. If it was not for the Hazelwood delivery, I felt he looked positive. We have been blaming Pujara that he hasn't been positive enough in this series, that he has been blocking every ball that comes towards him, and if गलती से कोई ball ज़्यादा जोर से लग जाता तो run बन जाते. But we saw a lot of positive intent. You saw him pulling the ball, you saw him cutting the ball, you saw him driving the ball, and you saw him hit 3 fours in an over to Pat Cummins. So you saw that intent was there. Was that I felt that was one of the reasons, especially even after Pant got out, that India still looked in the hunt, and India looked like they were positively good enough to draw the game because of Pujara's innings. What do you make? How important was that? Because I felt that was as important as the Pant innings.
See, I think the five of you do follow me on Instagram here, and I think
Yeah,
I poured my heart out
yeah,
writing about today's performance by those players, and one of them was Cheteshwar Pujara here. And I never understood the criticism he got for his strike rate, because if you have seen him playing throughout his career, that's the
yeah,
normal way he bats, and
yeah,
that's the way he carries in innings. And once he gets the bigger scores, then he starts to accelerate. And I think even Sanjay Manjrekar talked about it today.
yeah,
So just making sure that we are on the same page about this. He's a legend of the game for the country,
yeah,
and he'll always remain that. And he's the one who read the pitch perfectly at the start of the day and started to make gains out of it. And then from the other end, he had the support of Rishabh Pant, and it looked like, okay, maybe we'll win the game as well. So all in all, I'll like to say is he never ever doubt Cheteshwar Pujara's commitment towards the team as well as his batting style, because that's the normal way he bats, and he'll
yeah.
continue to do so.
Yeah, and Anurag Garu, one question for you, man. You must be super happy today that Hanuma Vihari got his knock. I think it was a really good one. I know Atul was extremely happy, which made a lot of sense because Atul was the one who was standing up for him all the time. But you might have seen him more closer in Hyderabad. We all knew the talent that he possesses. There is no doubt about that, and he showed it with his application today. He was an absolute maverick. He
Yeah.
stood there, he blocked whatever came his way, he attempted shots when he felt that he could do that, he ran when he could. So it was, I think, a complete innings. One of the innings that probably I felt that cemented Vihari's position in the test squad, I feel.
Yeah.
Anurag, how good was that to watch? And how good was Ashwin as well? Because I'm going to take a little bit of luck credit or prediction credit here because I predicted yesterday that Ashwin and Bumrah would be the guys who will be saving us at the end. I know Bumrah didn't go down as low to that, but I think Ashwin showed his batting skills. He has test 4 test hundreds. Let's not forget that. May all of them be in Indian conditions, but I think definitely has the application in his batting. That partnership was an absolute, it was absolutely unbelievable. A partnership that had a record number of balls played for any partnership between 50 runs to 70 runs in international cricket. So that's another amazing stat there. So what was that last session about for you, Anurag, and even for the rest of you guys? Because I feel the last session was everything about the day. The last session made us stop studying for our exams, probably even concentrate on our exams, finish our exams earlier, and just so that we could watch the winning moment. And
Yeah.
yes, for me, that was a win. To get the result from there was a win. So, how do you make of that result, guys? Starting with Anurag first.
You know, the entire fifth day was such a wave of emotions. We were riding a different wave of emotions. It was up and down and up and down. It started with a down with Rahane's wicket, and there was a point when Pant was absolutely going berserk, and we were so high as far as the momentum was concerned. And yes, the whole day I was jumping up and down. I think I was having an absolute ball of a day. Uh, what I can tell from here is when Pant and Pujara got out, I think अंदर ही अंदर हमको पता था कि I think win is sort of out of question
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
And to be very honest, I felt draw was also out of question, because the only thing that was the thing I've been telling right from the morning, that I definitely feel draw is totally out of contention, because our players don't have the defensive technique to bat out 30-40 overs. That was the one thing I really doubted. I'm sure if it was at the start of the day, all of you would have agreed with me, because this is that sort of defensive technique, that sort of uh, you know irrelevant of how much the ball was bouncing, Vihari and Ashwin always ensured the ball, they got on top of the ball. They
Yeah.
ensured the ball was not hitting the upper half of the bat, which sort of makes the ball rise to the short leg fielders and stuff. They always got on top of the ball, irrelevant of how it was bouncing. Uh, Vihari was, you know, when there was a time when someone called Rahul Dravid a wall, and Rahul Dravid said, "I do a little more than a wall." Come on. But today, Rahan, Vihari was the real wall, wasn't he? Like he did he blocked everything that came his way, and he was absolutely stupendous with what he did. And I think I'm glad that a lot of Indian fans understood that he was in no position to bat. I actually thought there was a point when fans were going berserk on Twitter. Why is he not being aggressive when he's not able to get the runs by running? At least he should go for boundaries. He should be aggressive. That's not his natural game. And had he tried to do anything like that, I
You would
think
have got out. Yeah.
India would have been 310 all out. Definitely. And we with 20 overs remaining, that would have happened for sure. Because Ashwin and kudos to Ashwin, man. I think he had a tougher test than Vihari did, because Australian bowlers bowled more brutally to him than they
Yeah.
did to Vihari. I think after a point they realized, my goodness, no point wasting our energy on this guy. He's going to block the shit out of us. So they went all out on Ashwin, and he survived that phase, and he did a magnificent job. This was as I know a lot of people would agree with this. This was one of the most satisfying days of cricket that
Yeah.
I can remember in my watching experience. I had a very good afternoon sleep, and I'm
Oh,
really
you
feeling
slept.
good
You're
about
lucky, man. You
everything.
slept.
Yeah, I did. I think for a good 4 hours, and I'm really happy with whatever has happened, and I'm glad fans are acknowledging a fact that that was a very, very monumental effort from Ashwin and Hanma Vihari, rather than going berserk over a fact that, oh no, you should have gone for a win. It was just 70 runs remaining. I really expect that could have happened, but I did not. It was again good to see. The whole nation was together in celebrating a draw that was as monumental as a win. So
Yeah.
that was very, very good to see.
And yes, I think it definitely was monumental. I think one of the reasons being that half our team looked like we were ready to go into the ambulance after after the draw or the victory. I think Ashwin said in his post match interview that the way Rahane selects his 11 for the next game is वो सुबह कॉल करेगा कि जो जो तैयार है आ जाओ, जो 11 पहले आएंगे वो खेलेंगे. So I think that is the most apt description of the injury situation at the moment. And talking about one last thing that is on the agenda, obviously, we don't know how many players are going to be injured, so it's difficult to predict what will be the next 11. We will get that for you guys when we do our preview a couple of days before the Brisbane Test match. Coming to all of you guys and coming to Kushagra first, because I felt he felt a little jealous that Anurag actually got a good sleep. So let's go to Kushagra first. What do you expect from Brisbane in terms of the Indian contingent? What do you think our team mix could be? Starting from you, then moving to Kunal, Rohan, and then last to end with a positive prediction from Atul. I'm hoping.
Atul and his predictions, first of all, Atul is हम लोग का like almost Bhagwan level predictions.
Paul the Octopus or whatever his name was.
Yeah. Paul the Octopus actually is he eventually did get it wrong in the next tournament. This man doesn't really get it wrong. So अपना चल रहा है अभी जो मुन्ना भाई में गाता है ना वो 36 का आंकड़ा है तो वो हम लोग का है prediction से अतुल का नहीं है. So he's been spot on in the last 3 matches actually. He called the pink test also. Didn't call 36, no one did. But moving on, when we're talking about the Indian 11 and the composition of the Indian 11, Prathamesh, sorry, we did discuss this in the afternoon, right after the match when we did the so-called review. It was more of a celebration.
Yeah.
But we did discuss this. Jitna bhi unprofessionally, professionally, aap bol do. We did discuss it, and what we found out was that even though Shardul ko lake, you are strengthening your batting further. If you get in Shardul for Jadeja, and of course, with one batsman as well, Vihari going out, you could do one of two things. One is you bring in Mayank Agarwal, find a place for him at number 4 or something like that, where Ajinkya Rahane moves back to 5 and Pant continues at 6 and so on and so forth. Then again, the other thing is if you don't want to risk Pant in terms of a keeper because उसकी elbow में चोट है और 2 दिन में उसको miracle healing तो हो नहीं जाएगी. If you don't want him diving around, crouching around the entire time, you can play Riddhiman Saha.
And that too, especially on a bouncy track, right? Where I think spinners like Ashwin would be able to get a little more bounce. तो वो जो edge लगती है ना, वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा quickly आ सकता है. I think Saha would be better equipped for that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think this is what we settled on in the morning, in the afternoon. Sorry, that you pick Riddhiman Saha as your regular keeper. You pick Rishabh Pant as a batsman, as a number 5 batsman, so that your top 5 doesn't change from the second innings. Your top 5 remains Rohit, Shubman, Pujara, Rahane, and then Pant, right? Yeah. Then now on number 6, then you can have Riddhiman Saha. Number 7, you can have Ashwin. Number 8, I guess, if again, I feel you could go for a Natarajan in place of either Saini or even if for that matter if they're going to go for a Shardul, because I feel as we discussed earlier also there are two basic advantages Natarajan will provide you. Unke their best 4 batsmen, say 3 of them walk across their stumps.
Yes.
Bukowski may not play the last match. We're still not 100% sure there. He may have a few painkillers and play. But for the other 2, Labuschagne and Smith, they're definitely going to play. So his Yorkers, coming over the wicket, of course, being a left armer, changing the angle as well. His Yorkers and in general his consistency can be utilized against these batsmen, because something that absolutely astounded me was, in spite of all those things they've done outside the 4th and 5th stump in the second innings, in the first Indian innings, they did not even go for it in this innings. वो सिर्फ leg stump line. मालूम नहीं क्या कौन सा खजाना ढूंढ रहे थे वो लोग leg stump के पास. वो सिर्फ leg stump line डाले और हम लोगों ने भी वही गलती की है. हम लोगों ने भी excessive leg stump line डाली है. We discussed that. I remember Prathamesh, you and me only was.
Yeah.
All things taken into account, I feel like you're giving way too much of a leverage to trying to get the batsman out playing a flick shot or defending off the hips or defending off the legs and just getting a forward shot leg or a leg slip or a leg gully, whatever you may want to call it. आपको ये मैच में 1-2 विकेट मिल जाते हैं ऐसे. You cannot have a strategy of leg stump line strategy, because
you can't keep persisting with it. I feel it becomes a bit too negative.
You take out LBW out of the equation. you almost take out caught behind out of the equation, because it has to be a stupendously halka nick for it to be a caught behind. You
Yeah.
take out bold from the equation. तो आप
Yeah.
अपने वो कम कर रहे हो ना modes of dismissal. So I don't
Yes.
get the point कि आप why would you can persist with the leg side line. At least
Yeah.
for India's sake, I hope they change it. My 11 finally would be you open with Rohit and Shubman. Chiteshwar comes in number 3. Rahane comes. Rahane comes in at number 4. Pant comes in at number 5. Saha number 6. Ashwin number 7. Then you go in with the 4 bowlers,
Yeah.
4 fast bowlers, of course.
Yeah.
And I don't want India to play with just four frontline bowlers. I want India to play with 5 bowlers. I want India to attack. So for your 4 pacers, you would be Jassi, Siraj, of course, both of them confirmed. The choice remains between Navdeep, Shardul, and Natarajan. Out of the 3, I would pick Shardul and Natarajan probably, or maybe even Navdeep. Because I don't think Navdeep was too bad in this innings, so you could pick a Navdeep instead of Shardul. But I would definitely pick a Natarajan, because I think we also should, try to get a change of angle. Last point, as Atul said, a left armer always cuffs up the pitch for the off spinner, so it will help us.
Yes, definitely in that sense. And since it seems like all Delhi guys are on fire today, they did something incredible in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy as well. Rishabh Pant smashed all those runs, and Kushagra smashed all the points here right now. So I'm literally left with a little few people to put on spot right now. Going to start with Kunal. Going to give you a choice, man. Ridhiman Saha or Mayank Agarwal, because it's going to be a question mark for a lot of Indian fans. Which one would you choose?
I don't think it's a choice left to us. I think it's the choice left to Rishabh Pant's fitness rather than anything else. And so most likely we'll see Saha playing that test match, because I think they'll play as Rishabh Pant as a specialist batsman.
Okay, that would make a lot of sense, because I think it adds a little bit of a balance to the team. Rohan, again a choice question for you as well. Would you go for Navdeep Saini? I mean, I feel he deserves to get another game. I don't feel he had a bad game. His pace, especially in Brisbane, would be really good to watch if he hits the right lines, the right lengths. So, would you go for Shardul or would you go for Natarajan, or would you go for both of them and then drop Navdeep? What would your choice be?
If the Indian team is going for 3 pacers, then Saini, Siraj, and Bumrah would be my ideal choice, because they bowled well, and they know, they are in the group. So I think, and Saini would be, because you can't drop Siraj and Bumrah now, obviously, because Siraj has done well. And so Saini is the third option, and I think Saini did well in this match. He tried, he bowled his heart out. He was expensive in the first innings, and it's fine, but I think he did well. So I think Saini. If they are going for the 4th seamer, then I think it's better to go with Natarajan, because he gives you that extra thing. Because I don't want Shardul as that batting choice if they are thinking of it in that way. If they want to increase the depth of the batting, play with four bowlers, and then both Mayank and Saha then gets into the team.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's either this or that. I think Shardul के case में it will be कि थोड़ा I think हम safe लग रहे हैं. I think that's no case. Play both Mayank, for me, that would be my personal choice. Play both Mayank and Saha. I don't think Man U will agree with me. And then play with only 4 bowlers. Tell them this is the last match. Miss the first 2 test matches in England if you want to. Tell Bumrah you will be take the workload, miss the first 2 test matches in England.
Yeah, वैसे भी चेन्नई में है, वहाँ पे तो स्पिनर ही काम आने अपने को.
Yeah, and Bumrah and Bhuvneshwar and Ishant will be back. So
yes.
Tell Bumrah कि ये मैच हमें जिता दे, हम लोग सीरीज उठा के जाएंगे. उसके बाद तुझे सारे बेल्स उसे बहुत पसंद आ रही है इस बार. So take the Bales home with you, do whatever you want to. So I would prefer Saha, Mayank, Saini, and then the rest of.
So I think that makes a lot of sense. If you're going for 4 bowlers, then you look at. I think if you want to strengthen batting, you go for 4 bowlers. If you want to strengthen the bowling, go for 5 bowlers without Shardul. I agree to that point myself, and trying my really best excuse for ending the show on a very good note. I'm going to go to Atul because I feel his predictions are going to be positive. Atul, please do not disappoint me, man, because I feel it's not just me, it's the other viewers of TSG and the Express Sports are going to be hoping for a positive prediction from you. So the floor is on to you for a few minutes now. It's all on you, man. Please say something good.
I won't be predicting the match as of now because I haven't seen the deck that they'll be preparing.
Ah,
I mentioned this. I mentioned this to I think to Kushagra as well in the afternoon, and just to
You
make-
know, the World Cup wala octopus, it needs some food before predicting. Atul
No.
needs a pitch.
see
थोड़ा सा
I
चढ़ा दो इन लोगों को.
I just wanted to add to what Kushagra said. He made a really beautiful point here. Ki having Sani in the team apart from Natarajan. See, as we have talked throughout the series, that Brisbane is going to be the fastest pitch that they are
Yes.
going to give us.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Navdeep Sani is the fastest pacer we have. And if you might have noticed in the match,
जस्सी की पेस डाउन है
yeah.
and
की वजह से
and Siraj
सिराज की पेस भी कम है.
Sani was the only one who was getting the ball to jag back into the right handers
Yeah.
with his extra pace around the full length and the good length area. So
You
if he
don't
can,
wrap Sani.
so if he can do the same thing at Brisbane, maybe Smith and Labuschagne are going to be what, as Kushag loves to call them, walking ducks, because if the ball jags back in, they both face problems. They are the low-key Aaron Finches of their team. They try to shuffle across and then they get LBW. And if Paul Rifle and Paul Wilson give them
God.
out,
यार
if
भाई भाई मना मत ले उनका.
see if they raise their finger, they're definitely going to be out by the umpire's call. That's as simple as that. That's what Navdeep Saini can do to them, and I really hope he performs well because he has
भाई
been
अपने
working
फिंगर नहीं
hard.
उठती ना.
हाँ.
Yeah.
I think we need to take this agenda with a bat in our hand and go to Australia to sort some things out.
Yeah.
But
by the time we can actually get out of the hotel, the test series will be over. The players will be back home, and we'll be just roaming on the streets like crazy people with a bat. So that will be fun.
But
I guess.
but just the last thing, I have the same 11 as Kushagra did, and I really hope Navdeep Saini performs well in the last test.
Anurag, anything that you would like to change from that?
No, I just like to add one point. I really don't want the team management to think शार्दुल को ऐड करने से थोड़ा बैटिंग मिल जाएगा. क्या
Yeah.
बैटिंग मिल जाएगा? मतलब it's not like you're adding a world class batsman to that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it doesn't make a lot of sense if Shardul is providing as much as an Saini and Natarajan, and then you're going with Shardul because he also has that 2-3 points extra in him out of 100 because he bats. That's a different story. It's Shardul is slightly not as good as a bowler as Navdeep or Natarajan is, I would say, at least at this point. Things might change in the future, but it doesn't make any sense to even consider any change in the bowl as far as
Another point to maybe you can consider that, Anurag, is
Yeah.
won't Shardul be a bit similar to Siraj?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think very valid point there. And Natarajan maybe brings a change, but I think Rohan put it pretty aptly. I think we should just go with the three that we saw in this game. If will we be watching four pacers is a different story. I don't think we will, but if we will, if that three plus Natarajan, if by any chance we can work that out, I think that's going to be absolutely beautiful for us.
Yeah.
It's going to be massive.
But I think it will be an added pressure for Mohammad Siraj, because at this point he is the workhorse of the team, if you might think of it. Jassi used to do that, but he's not completely fit at this very moment, and you can't expect Navdeep Saini to bowl that many overs in the middle of the inning. So it comes down to maybe if we play Natarajan or play Shardul, it comes down to them as well as Mohammad Siraj to give that threat level as Ashwin would want at the other end. So that now comes down to these fast bowlers.
Just the last point, because if we are playing those four bowlers and हमको बहुत चुल है 24 hours पहले अपना lineup release करने का, Australia will be shitting in their pants for 6 days.
Yes, and I know. We promised an exciting prediction from Atul in the end, but I'm pretty sure he's much better than all our Bollywood directors because he's directing his prediction towards the preview video, and that is what we call customer retention, boys. Fantastic job for that, Atul. That was so we know our viewers.
Mohan sir will be very happy. Yeah.
Exam चल रहे हैं, दिख रहा है.
Yes, and what better than Anurag Pesara, who has so many views on his articles, more than 1 million views and likes on his articles on Crick Tracker and Crick Ecstasy, etc. So Anurag, you can't look back. It's you. We couldn't have ended this one with a better expert on our panel. And if you guys have actually made it this long in the video, you guys are legends. We love all of you who have watched it until the end, except for our families. They have always been legends for us. So there are no new legends there. And talking about the Brisbane Test, I feel India go into this very positively, as positively as we head into the preparation for the Brisbane preview. Rather, it was a really good one for us guys because I felt we did talk a lot today, but I think it made a lot of sense for us to get it out of our systems in the afternoon before we could do this one at night, because I feel we covered a lot of good points, we covered a lot of interesting points within this video. And to follow the Sports Doyen as well as We Express Sports for active coverage of the India tour of Australia. And we will obviously be covering other sports as well, which we already do with the Indian Super League, with the Premier League, also coming up with the NBA pretty soon. So, fingers crossed how that works out as well. Thank you everyone for tuning into the Sports Doyen. Thank you for all the panelists, Kushagra, Atul, our debutant today, Kunal, Rohan, and of course our CEO Sahab, Anurag Pisara. Thank you to all our viewers, and please keep tuned to the Sports Doyen.